you've been talking for a while about how you've seen signs of this team being more resilient, and obviously you're staring at a 19-point third quarter deficit in that third quarter. What was kind of the mood of the team in the huddle, and what did you see from the response from that moment on?
I think it was great. You know, they were all talking about just getting it down to 10 and going one possession at a time. You know, I think the talk by Vooch and Pat Bev and Alex and Zach and DeMar was really good, you know, in terms of what they were talking about. I give them a lot of credit, you know, in that game, getting down like that and having the toughness to continue to fight to get back into the game. I think we maybe cut it to 9 at the fourth. And, you know, I thought the defense was really good. Zach really got going offensively there in the second half. You know, we made plays. We helped each other. Did a lot of good things. The biggest thing was I thought we fouled too much. And with the fouling, we were fortunate that they shot the ball so poorly from the free throw line, you know, tonight as a team. That certainly was a factor.
What did you think of Zach's performance from 2:45, that timeout at the end of the third quarter, to where you basically got back into the game and tied it up for a couple of points down?
I mean, he was great. I mean, he was assertive. He was aggressive. I thought very, very decisive. When he does that, I feel like he's at his best. You know, when he's not trying to survey and hold the ball and he just goes in his attack mode or pull up, drive it, pass it. He's really, really, I think, is incredibly difficult to guard. It's very, very hard to load up. And it enables him to get a lot of different parts of his game in there. You know, he can pass it, stop, shoot it, you know, and/or, you know, get to the rim. So he was a huge part, I think, closing that third quarter out that, you know, kind of gave us some life. And, you know, I thought Andre Drummond gave us good minutes in that first half. And I give, you know, we just wanted to switch more. And I give DJ a lot of credit for the limited amount of time he was in there. He was part of the run where we kind of got it back from whatever it was, 19 back down to 9.
Yeah, I was going to say, even though it doesn't matter what he says on the box score, when you went small, that's when the game kind of flipped. I'm not saying it was all DJ, but I mean, that small lineup is what changed momentum in that third quarter. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that group there, it was a lot of things. I think it was the ability to switch. I think we were able to play a little bit faster. And then I also thought the other part was Zach really got going. I mean, he really got going. And, that, you know, if you're getting stops and you're down by the number of points we're down, that's great. But if you're not scoring either, then it's a problem. So Zach, the scoring, and then obviously the stopping and the pace which we play with was what got us back into it.
When they're missing that amount of free throws, do you have a sense on the bench like they're giving us this game?
No. I really thought tonight that there was an opportunity to get DeMar to get there a little bit more than he did. You know, he was downhill in the lane a lot tonight. So was Zach. And then obviously the offensive rebound, they play around the basket to begin with. But, you know, I didn't think that you know, sometimes that happens. You know, teams just don't shoot the ball particularly well from the free throw line. You know, they got there a lot. You know, we could have done a better job in certain situations, I think. But there's no question, with as close as the game was, my guess would be that they would look at the free throw line as being the difference.
You came into this game knowing that Alex Caruso was going to have some really big defensive assignments. How did you think that he kind of stood up to that tonight?
I just think there was a lot of different things that happened in the game, like big-time things by different players. Like we talked about Zach scoring. I thought Alex had a couple steals in rotation that was really important. I thought Patrick Beverley, you know, when he got back in for that fourth quarter stint, I thought he really was energized and helped us. You know, Vooch made free throws late. I thought DeMar facilitated and got downhill and got to the rim. There was just a lot of different things and a lot of different plays where different guys stepped up. And just really, you know, it was really great to see them continue to stick together on the road like that when you get down and continue to fight their way back.
Here's my question.
I'm sorry.
I got a question.
Okay.
I wanted to follow up on that, Zach.
On Zach?
Zach, you know he's had a good season, obviously, once he got healthy and post-All-Star break. He's had a good season, you know, for others I haven't seen. But, you know, in the larger picture, he's kind of been a very polarizing figure in Chicago and elsewhere. Does this sort of make a statement about what he can do and who he can be that, you know, with the team kind of dead in the water, he just kind of took over and brought you back in the game like that?
You know, the first thing is a lot of people don't get a chance to see these guys as intimately as I do. He is a great human being. He's a great person. He's a great guy. He's a team guy. He's incredibly unselfish. I do think that, you know, his heart is always in the right place in terms of wanting to do what's best for the team. And I think he, as to the best of his ability, tries to read the game and make decisions that are best for the team. You know, and I always admire that, you know, about players. And, you know, people can have opinions about anybody. It really, you know, I'm with him every single day and I see where his heart's at. And I think the one thing that probably hasn't been spoken about enough, in my opinion, about him is, like, his summer was so unique. He signs this big contract. He misses 4 of the first 8 games. He's really trying to get his legs back under him. There's a portion of the season where he's probably playing at a level that he's never been accustomed to playing at in a long time. And the work, the coming in at nighttime, the extra treatment, the physical therapy, working with the strength and conditioning, like just that he's going to get back. And just put his nose down and worked, you know. And, you know, I thought today, like, none of us out here are perfect, but his heart's in the right place. You know, are there things that he could get better at and I could get better at, and DeMar and Vooch and the rest of our, sure, everybody can. But he's got a really good spirit and a good heart about him.
I don't want to diminish his decency, but that has been the question about Zach, whether he could, under these circumstances, because he's been in them before and hasn't, and you know, it seemed like a pretty extraordinary performance in an elimination type of situation.
He was phenomenal. I mean, he basically, you know, with DeMar, and I think maybe Vooch was in there towards the end. Maybe I don't think Vooch was in there, but that third quarter, that group, I'm not saying that they solely won the game, because I thought when Alex and Bev came back in the game with Vooch and Zach and DeMar, that was a big factor too. But what he did at the end of the third quarter and going into the fourth, and part of the beginning of the fourth before he came back out, it would have been very, very difficult for us to have won that game if he had not done that. So his performance was extraordinary, and it gave us life and it gave us a hope. And then once we got back into it, I think a lot of guys made a lot of different plays. But I give him credit. He just has, you know, he had that mentality like he's going to do whatever he can do to help us get back in the game. We didn't shoot the ball at all from the three-point line tonight, at all. And he made some really, really big ones to kind of help us keep getting closer. And he made timely ones as well.
Both of these teams win the turnover battle most nights. What did you see that kind of went into you guys getting the best of that?
The turnover battle? I mean, we talked a lot about it the last 2 days. We needed to do a better job. I felt like a lot of our turnovers, quite honestly, were unforced, that we could do a better job. And I think that the offensive rebounding the last 2 times we've played them and the turnovers have really made it difficult. You know, I thought there was 4 keys tonight, and they dominated one of them. I thought the free throw line, I thought transition, offensive rebounding, and free throws was going to be critical.
Billy, you beat the Heat 3 times this season. Do you have quick thoughts on that matchup Friday night? Obviously, it's different circumstances. But quick thoughts on that matchup Friday
night? We know going there again. It's another great road test against a team that's seasoned and is coming off a loss and will, you know, look to rebounding and play, you know, to their identity and their style. So, you know, we have a lot to get ready for, and, you know, we'll be able to flush this tomorrow and get ready for, you know, heading down to Miami and getting prepared for them. So, you know, I don't know. There'll be some things I think we can take from the first 3 games, but, you know, those are over with now. This is a new opportunity, a new challenge that will be in front of us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Okay.